Red line, blue line, which one of them have you gotten on? I've seen some traveloguers who got on the blue line when it was launched and said to people, this is not London, this is not US,
this is Lagos, Nigeria.
And they took a tour of how they got on, getting to the process of getting to the train station, process of getting the carry card, getting on it, how you even check in through the
turnstile.
Yes, using the carry card, get into the train, one of the train cars, and the ride, taking videos of people, some people in the car with them, of their scenario
getting on,
them,
some getting off.
Yes, all of that. So, what's your story? Don't worry, the lady beside me is still thinking about it, but that's what we want to talk about this morning. Last week, the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, launched the commercial operations of the Red Line. Now, don't forget, the Red Line is the second of 5 that Lagos State is working on, and that one is running from Oyingbo to Agbado, and people have been warned against vandalism of the rail infrastructure. Joining us this morning for this conversation is Engineer Olasunkanmi Okushaga, Director, Rail Transport, Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, LAMATA. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, how many days gone and how far so far?
Well, it's just barely not 2 weeks here, so about 10 days now, but journey so far has been impressive, interesting as well, and challenging, and it called for more action to be done and then more strategic things to put in place, because different line has different, different risk assessment, different peculiarity. They are not the same. Blue line, red line are not the same, but at least it's encouraging, and we are ready to do more.
At least they are both lines. There's something
has this been accepted by the people? Are people getting on it?
Is it the red or the blue? Which one do you want me to talk about first?
The red.
The red, okay. The red is just started. We've done about trial run for about 8 weeks, and the turnout was very impressive. And on this trial, on this normal commercial operation now, it's just less than 1 week plus, as I said. The passenger is improving gradually, because some people are talking about the fares, but at least from our projection, we're not there yet, but the passengers' numbers are increasing gradually. But over time, I think we will get to the number of our projection.
This confirmed to us, we heard that the governor that was saying that you're gunning for about 500,000 passengers a day?
Yeah, absolutely. If everything is completed, yes.
On the red line alone?
On the red line alone, yes. Yes.
500,000 passengers?
Yes, that's the projection. Even more than that, if we have the whole line complete, yes.
Okay. And okay.
You mentioned the fare just now. If one wanted to undertake the entire journey from Oyingbo to Agbado,
right,
the cost is 1,500.
Yeah, for now.
And some people are saying that's a bit exorbitant.
Yeah, we've had that because we have a mechanism in place to understand feedback from the passengers. Yeah, and you remember the last, maybe about less than a week ago, the governor was on the channels and he said, we will look into it. We're collecting our data and we're collecting feedback. And as he said, we're going to look at it. If it's still, probably we might have a downward review in terms of pricing, but it's still very early for now, but we're going to look into that.
But a trip from Agbado?
Yes, that's about 37 kilometers.
To Oyingbo by road would probably cost more than 1,500.
Yeah, absolutely, more than that, yes. You can't even go direct, you have to break your journeys, and the cumulative of it is more than 1,500.
So on the one hand, you save money, you save time.
You save time and you save money as well.
Money.
Yes. Because that's the beauty of railway transport. It's predictable. You can save your time, you can plan your journey, and the comfort is there.
Well, one of the things that a good number of people are talking about, including one of us here, one of the 3 of us here in this room, is the daily income to the state.
Okay.
750 million naira a day.
Projected.
Projected, yes.
At 500,000 passengers per day.
Yeah.
Is that just for the red line or for both?
That's a projection for red line, as you said. If red line is complete in terms of the whole journey from Agbado all the way to Marina, all the way to National Theatre, because that's the new plan, yes, we will get that, yes. That's a projection that has been tested, but over time, you know, in terms of passengers number, I wrap up over time. So, but that is at the peak. That's what we are looking at.
Okay, what about the blue line? How is that coming?
Oh, interesting. That one has been, initially it was a bit, you know, maybe one of those things like people don't get used to it. It's new to the system, new to us here in part of the world. But now I can categorically say now the passengers number are there. We're about 90, rising, steadily rising, and then a bit in terms of our study and the feedback we've done, data analysis, we saw that there's a big gap in between the morning peak and evening peak. Now, one of the things we'll do is to lower the fares by the Mr. Governor for the evening, for the off-peak period, and the passengers are there now. It's increasing gradually, steadily, and I can say over time we'll get to our threshold.
Now, you share infrastructure with the Nigeria Rail Service.
Yes.
Particularly for the red line. So how is that going?
Interesting. It has been up and down, but by and large, I think it's been very, very helpful.
Any issues?
Yeah, there are issues. Yes.
Now, what are the issues?
Number one is in terms of understanding, because that's the first time they're doing it in this part of the world in terms of sharing the track. We have to, both parties has to come on board. They have not done it before, we have not done it before. So we need to understand in terms of who does what, how do you fit in terms of your timetable, your scheduling and all that, who does the maintenance.
There's the red line?
Yeah, that's the red line, that's Mr. Governor.
Is this the uniform for the...
That's the Lagos State uniform. The red tie should symbolize the red, and the cap shows red. The blue one has the blue tie, and then so that's what we do. If you look at the one for the blue line, the logo there is blue, or it still show red line, blue line, and the tie is blue. That tells you it's blue line.
I'm asking if that's the uniform of the drivers.
Yes, that's the uniform for all the train operators. Yes.
Inside, you know.
Yeah, including the drivers, the customer service, ticketers, dispatcher, and all that. But they have a T-shirt if the driver wants to relax and drive without normal T-shirt. But that is the approved uniform.
Okay. So, quickly, conclude your thoughts on the
sharing
the track. Yeah, as I said, it's a new thing today, it's a new thing to us. We need to go back and understand in terms of maintenance of the track, because we have a threshold in terms of what we signed in the track access agreement. Okay, I want to operate my train maybe 5 times in an hour, and then I want the threshold of certain parameters that your track has to meet. And then, so those things like that have to be discussed in details to understand. Okay, if I said I want you to meet X and Z, X and Y, and if you don't meet it, there's a penalty kicks in, or can I go and do it myself? Then in terms of operation, signalization, all that, and the regulatory aspect of it, those are the things we look at. And by and large, NLC has been very cooperative with us, but it was not easy at the start. But
so talk to us quickly about one of the things that, of course, a number of people were seriously talking about then, which is the fact that, one of them is running on electricity and all those things. Which of these two is that, and what are the...
Okay, the blue line is running on electricity. What we've done so far on the blue line, we have what they call a dedicated power plant built purpose specifically for the blue line. So it's 8 megawatts, which is scalable to 16 when we complete the blue line phase 2. So blue line has its own power, which if we have the right, we can even distribute or sell to the community. So that is on the blue line. The red line one is using diesel, which everybody knows that that's the normal local using diesel to pull or whatever. So those are the two different things. And on the blue line itself, because of power 750 DC volt, we have to be very careful in terms of safety risk assessment. So blue line is totally segregated. We have a palisade fence all around from after the National Theatre all the way to Mile 2 is fenced out, so that people can go in there because of electrocution and all that. Then there's a lot of advocacy we've done. We've put so many measures in place to understand that, okay, this area is no-go area, but we've done what they call as well the signages to speak about 4, 5, 6 languages to warn people, and then advocacy on the radio as well tells us, look, this one is power. It's not the normal, usually you just go and cross the track. It's a no-go area on the blue line. The red line is multiple diesel, multiple unit. We use diesel. Then at the same time, we still need to fence it out because you see people jaywalking on the track. They're used to all these old trains, one train an hour and the whole day. But now we're planning to have 6 trains in an hour. So the dynamics is going to change gradually. Yeah.
Okay.
How does one, I understand that you can only use the trains if you have a Cowrie card.
Absolutely.
So how does one obtain a Cowrie card?
Presently, you can obtain it from the station. Any stations that have been operated under the railway or even on the bus service.
For a fee?
Yeah.
How much is it?
I think the plastic one is 500 if I'm right. But that's a one-time payment. You own your card. I think I have one here if I'm correct. Yes, this is the plastic one.
Okay.
That's the Cowrie card.
That's a Cowrie card for you to use either the red line or the blue line, the waterways, or the
Bus service.
BRT service.
BRT service as well, yes.
That's a Cowrie card. And this costs 500 naira. That's to obtain. That's before you begin to load money onto it. So this is a one-time card which you can put money on every time to use the services.
Yeah, regulated services, yes.
Do you have to register?
Yes.
Sorry?
You have to register because it's your property. Once you get to the stations, they ask for your mobile number and it's linked to your maybe NI or what they call it, NIN or something. So with that, it now becomes yours. You can load it anytime at your convenience at the stations. Or
if I don't have NIN?
But maybe your mobile phone number will help, yes.
What if it's stolen?
Yeah, you can retrace it back because your number is there. That is, once you go there, you mention your mobile number or your NIN, they can get you another one. That's what I can say, whether at a fee, if it's stolen or lost, but it's yours. Nobody can use it because your number, your details is there.
In other words, there's no point stealing it.
Yes.
It's useless to anybody else.
It's useless, yes.
So,
no one else can load my card. Is that what you're saying?
No. If you lost it.
It's linked to your ID and your telephone number.
Yes, I know, but if it gets stolen.
If the person has my phone number.
If it gets stolen, no one else can load it without my details.
Because there might be 1 or 2 questions they will ask you in terms of, okay, this is your card, what's the phone number, what's the certain information you have on it. Yes, that might be
your date of birth, for instance.
If someone knows that, for instance, Alera has loaded, say, 20,000 naira on it, and they can just borrow it and not return it for a while.
So, at what point is one able to load a Cowrie card?
Once you've registered it and it's given to you, you can load it there. There's vending machine there, there's a merchant there, there's customer service that will load it for you.
Okay.
The next phase we are going now is to digitalize it so that maybe you can load it in the comfort of your home.
You can load it through your phone?
Yes, and your bank app and all that. But presently it's 2 ways. You load it through, there's a app, the Cowrie card app.
Okay.
Once you download it and register, you can transfer money into your card at your convenience. You can even look at how you're being charged and all that from your advocate. The expenses you've been done so far, you can just monitor it.
So you can look at your history.
History, that's the better word to say. That is 1. 2, there's a lot of vending machine around, merchant, and then what they call them, the ticketers around all stations and spread across the state. So you can load it. The 3rd phase that we are going into then at your comfort of your home.
Okay.
That's the next
Just to be
phase.
clear.
Okay.
And this is one of the struggles, I think, that the NRC is still battling. Cash transaction is not possible on any of the lines in Lagos.
Yes.
No one can go there and just give something to the boys.
Absolutely no.
And just get on the train.
No, you won't go because the turnstile won't open, and then the customer service is not only you there. The customer service, the other personnel overlooking what you're doing, so it's not possible.
So there's no way of getting on those trains without a Cowrie card?
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting. Now, tell us about the next line that Lagos State is thinking about.
Okay. Presently, Lagos State works through what they call Strategic Transport Master Plan. We call the Bible of what we work with. It has about 6. Initially, it was 7, revised to 6 rail network, namely we color-coded: green,
Oh, yes.
yellow, blue, orange, orange, purple. Those are the one we have. So presently we have the blue line in operation phase 1. The phase 2 of it is under construction. That takes us from Mile 2 to Kokomaiko. So that is expected to be in operation 2026. That complete the whole blue line. Yes, the red line that is operational now as well is the phase 1. That's from Agbado to Oyingbo. The phase 2 is still taking us to Marina or National Theatre. Then we have the green line that goes from Marina itself all the way to Free Trade Zone. So that was the one that was, yes. Yes. It didn't get to Ekpe, but Free Trade Zone very close here. Yes, Dangote exit, yes. Yes, that's the green line. We have the purple line from Redeem all the way to Lasso area. Oh. We have the orange.
From Ogun State?
Yes.
All the way to Ojo?
Yes.
Wow.
We have the orange from Agbawa in Korodu. That goes from Agbawa, Imota, Maya, all the way Ikorodu, Agric, all the way down to Ikeja. Then we have the yellow from Wata, all the way to National Theatre. So National Theatre, the plan is to have it as a mega hub. That 3-rail network meets there. We have the red, the blue, and the orange, and the yellow. It's going to meet at National Theatre. Whereas in Marina, we have the green, we have the red, and the blue at Marina Station. So those are the 6 networks that the government is planning. And the next phase now is the green line, which was signed by if you're aware, the MOU was signed in China. So we've commenced discussion with the Czech and backed by the MOFI, Federal Ministry of Finance Incorporated. So we're going to we've commenced feasibility. LAMATA itself have done detailed feasibility study because, as I said, it's like we have to pull this skin in the game. We understand. So if you, the funders, that come and tell us X, Y, Z, we need to understand what you're telling us. So we've done detailed design in terms of the right-of-way, type of rolling stock, infrastructure, how we're going to maneuver in terms of to reduce some certain demolition, acquisition, and all that. So we've commenced discussion with them. And so once that is done, the next phase is to get the fund and then commence the implementation of the green line. So by and large, green line would take, it depends how the funding comes in quick, but maybe 3 to 4 years.
And that's commencing when?
We already started the discussion. We already started site visit. We already started that to establish the right of way. Once that is signed off, then the funding comes in.
Have there been any situation in the city so far where, based on the master plan, the Bible of transportation, as you call it, Lagos, there have been reasons for government to demolish some buildings and compensate the people?
Yeah, absolutely. Typical one is the green line, is the red line.
Okay.
Because the red line will acquire some properties, and the beauty of it is, I said it once and I'm saying it again, that this is the first time the government of Lagos have compensated both the landlord and the tenant. It's not done in the history of Nigeria. I think that's a fact. So based on that, we get a reputable estate valuer, 2 of them, so that value the property. The initial first thing is we engage them. We told them we have to let them understand this is what is going on. Your properties, and we've tried to maneuver in terms of design, but eventually it's there. The property has to go. So we get your valuer. You can get your independent valuer as well. So we'll sit and look at the figures, and then we pay you compensation. And you know, most of the things that you see on the news is that, okay, they pay the landlord, the tenant is not paying, is not living, I've paid the landlord 2 years, 3 years. We pay the tenants to go as well. Even if you have a kiosk, we enumerate you and then evaluate your stuff and pay you. So by and large, the red line has been very, very successful in terms of that, yes.
Is that profit for the landlord? I'm sorry, don't.
The red line has been in operation now for just over a week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are there any lapses that you have noticed which needs to be corrected?
It's too early, but what we've seen so far is that that access is service, like most people, maybe they only see trains one in a day. Now the frequencies has come, you see them jaywalking, and what Mr. Governor has told us is try and fence it out, maybe 2 kilometers both sides, and see. So then the enlightenment, the advocation say, listen, all this is gone. Newton is things. This is the modern age. You go to see frequency of the train. You can't start selling on the track. You can't do whatever we've been doing so far. So that's the thing we've seen. But in terms of passengers, yeah, they are coming gradually on the red line.
One of the things that the governor said was the appeal to people against vandalization of rail infrastructure. There is good reason to say that.
Yeah.
I remember, there was a time when the whole of Lagos had these beautiful bus stop designs, fenced off bus stops for buses. And before you know what was happening, people would go there, literally pull them down. I'm wondering, is that the kind of the thing that the governor is talking about? Are there such risks? Are they happening already? What can you tell us about that?
Okay, let me take that to the blue line. Blue line itself, as I said, was fenced out totally. But in terms of people trying to vandalize stuff and all that, I think advocacy is important for people to understand this thing is meant for you people. It's for us. It's for the community. Let them buy into it. Let them take it as part of their stuff. Blue line itself is fenced out totally, and then what we've done so far is vandalism. And if you touch our track, we have what they call the broken ray detector system. Once you try to touch it, vandalize, you send the signals. You send the signal wave into my mobile phone or the controller mobile phone, and tells us, okay, something like this is happening so place. It will tell you not 100% precise location, but give you a range. So maybe 2 meters or 10 meters variation. Then we go there and check, because we have securities, we have police as well. But on the red line as well, that is because we have 100% control over that. On the red line, we are working with NRC to understand that, okay, let's clear all these people on the track first, and then fence it out and maintain constant monitoring and enforcement. Then we will try, and I think that will help us in terms of vandalization of the tracks. But and the beauty of it is this is in the metropolitan area of Lagos. It's not outside Lagos. And the same security measure we put in place on the blue line, we're trying to implement it on the red line as well. So once you go and touch the track, you send a signal to the control room.
But you said, so the fences are not, they are not carrying any power?
No. Because we need to understand the safety implication of that. And but a lot of information that one defense, you go past the fence, then you've commit an offense in terms of you breaking maybe one of the two, taking out the fence.
Forbidden area.
Yes, because the information is there clearly on the wall, both English, Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, whatever language, even in French. You don't trespass. Don't go beyond this point.
Okay.
Have there been any case of any trains breaking down?
The blue line, yes, no. Because the only thing we have there was maybe downtime for power. It was about less than 5 minutes or something. Just no, the blue line, no. The red line, we just started. We have not. It's still new. We hope we don't have that. But
there's something you said about this collaboration with NRC.
Yes.
When the time comes, you still have to have collaborations with the Ogun State government.
Absolutely.
Because rail is running from
Ota
camp,
yes,
to
Agbado,
Lagos,
well.
then from Ota,
yes,
into Lagos.
The blue line is going to go to what's this industrial estate?
Agbara.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All in Ogun State.
So, other than water, the only other border Lagos has is Ogun State. I just want to ask you this. These collaborations, do they have to do with money as well? I'm very sure NRC will be wondering, okay, you people want to make 750 million a day, we want a share.
that is still in the long term. Yes. The track access agreement that we sign up to has some certain, maybe some, I won't call it rental charges, for certain fee. So which has been worked out, and it's still going to be something we need to review over time. Okay. So there's some certain penalty payment clause, and then I think I will leave it like that.
Will the same thing happen between Ogun State and Lagos?
If they want to hit it to our track, yes, because we've done some certain infrastructure for them. There might be collaboration. It might not be maybe a fee or something. It might be, okay, you have to take some certain infrastructure, implement to get this done. But it's a thing that we are open to a lot of discussion.
So that sounds like you're saying Lagos State now has rail infrastructure, and Ogun State can also now decide that they want to
Tap into it.
tap into it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do they pay taxes when their own buses come into Lagos? Don't answer that question.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, for those that don't have an idea how to board, because you know the rail stops, the train stations are quite distant from a host of the residencies in the city. Anyone, for instance, living at Berger will have a lot of thinking, locating where is the first rail line to get to and all of that. Is there any plan along that line? Because that's why Adaro hasn't.
Okay, if you live in that axis, what we've done so far is what they call a wayfinder.
Okay.
In terms of, we look at where the train is located. And the beauty of it is most of our train stations had a bus terminal there as well.
Oh.
So that we plan to integrate it. If you look at, let me take the red line as well. Starting from Oyingbo, we have a bus terminal at Oyingbo that are connected to both the rail and bus. Yaba, the same thing. Ikeja, the same thing. Oshodi, the same thing. Mushin, the same thing. So, but at the same time, we need to put some wayfinder for if you are walking or if you are coming with your car or whatever, how the easiest way to go, how do you go to locate and navigate yourself into the station. That's number one. Number two, what we've done so far that we're going to improve on is put some map out in terms of direction assigned and tells you, okay, train station, and then implement it in the Google map as well. As if you're trying to locate the train station. How do you go to locate and navigate yourself into the station? So wayfinder, advocacy, direction assigned, traffic sign as well.
Okay.
That's what
Are the stations well marked
Absolutely.
out? Huge signs saying that this is a train station.
Oh yes, you will know it because there is a very beautiful station. The edifice is fine.
Just use the word imposing, we'll understand. But okay, Lagos is coming up with these novel initiatives. Have there been conversations? Any state in the country approached Lagos, say, show us the way, as we say, follow Uno Road?
Oh yeah, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we have. I don't want to put numbers, but we have Southwest, even from the north, Kano, Kaduna, we've been working with us, even outside Nigeria as well.
Oh.
And we come into Lagos, LAMATA, to understand how do you do this, let us take us through. So I think, we've been having
put a number.
Beautiful bride.
Yes.
Yeah. Because most of the Southwest states have done that.
Okay.
And then we have the Enugu state has been there. There's been Anambra, I mean to say. I've been to LAMATA, Kano, Kaduna. Yes, they've been to LAMATA to understand how you guys get it right. So we want to copy your template. Yes, we have that.
I'm trying to imagine your workroom, or is it war room? How you have to some big, gigantic, LCD wall. That okay, this train is doing this, that train is doing that. How much has it cost so far to put up these two lines?
Interesting. I think on that note, my job is just to implement. Maybe the Ministry of Finance or
why am I suspecting the politician sitting with me here in the studio?
It's not about that, but my work is just to implement. But I think that the actual figure will be, I think the Ministry of Finance or Budget and Planning will be in position.
So if you were going to put an estimate to it, it's like
no, it depends. It varies because rail lines are not the same. Because we have the rail network that is maybe built on brownfield or greenfield, acquisition, swamp areas. So they're not the same in terms of if you want to put money on them per kilometer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now there's something that had been said over time,
right?
Even by a federal minister of transportation, that rail infra, because we understand that the hosts of rail lines in the nation were procured through loans and such facilities. And people are wondering, what's the payback timeline and all those things? And what many people have been told and inundated with is the fact that, look, a rail service is not as lucrative as that, particularly maybe cargo trains and all of that. What's your take on that perspective? How lucrative is the business?
I think my take on that would be maybe 50-50, because it depends on how you structure your financial model. So because that was speaking to how you want to generate your fund, or your money, by recoup your money, and how you want to make sure that the project is bankable. Real project, as I said, is capital intensive. And the beauty of it, of what Lagos State has done so far, is I think it's a loan from local banks, because they believe in the project themselves, and they've done their studies and done their numbers, and look, okay, this project is bankable. That's why they put their money in there. So to me, I think it's 50-50. You can, if you don't break even over because of fears alone, there are other things that you have to do, TOD, other things that help you to advert and all that. It depends on the structures and the strategy you put in place. You can break even with the real operation. Yes.
Oh yes. One of those bloggers you spoke about mentioned that there was no loudspeaker in the train.
That's on the red line, the new one.
On the red line.
Yeah.
Telling the next station is so and so and so.
We have that as well. We have that comment from the blogger. Yes, it's like on the northbound, it's working, and the suburb is not working. We're working on it now. Yes.
So it is on the train, but it's not working.
It's working on the other side, because it used to work before we commence. Maybe there's a few slots, but I've told them that they're working on it. I think if you go, maybe I will check on Monday and see if it's working back. Yes.
This whole idea of metro line, or rail transport in Lagos has been on for what, 40 years or so? How does it feel
to finally achieve it?
How does it feel for you, as in, what emotional weight does it give you?
I can't quantify it, because if I'm allowed to say, that came back as a World Bank consultant to Nigeria to develop rail. And this is one of it's a goal achiever. I've achieved it. I'm happy. At least forget about emotionally, I think I'm fulfilled. That now, in the history of Lagos State, we have 2 metro systems under Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu. It's a massive achievement that I think no word can quantify it. Yes. And we are not stopping. We're still going. The red line, the green line is
4 more.
I asked a question. I put my finger on it. So if I get beaten, no problem. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you.
Engineer Olasunkanmi Okushaga, Director of Road Transport, Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, LAMATA. Thank you so much for your time. And we wish you the best.
Thank you too. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Okay, that's that. Now, all of these rail lines go through local governments.